our dog. I'm a technology student and a data intern, and I like to read in my free time. I like playing sports such as running, swimming, climbing. I guess that's it.
Very good. Nice to meet you. I hope
Nice to
you can
meet you.
attend our, oh my God, what is the name? We are gonna have in person, it's gonna be meetup. Talk and Talk, it's gonna have a meetup in the end of this month. So I hope I can meet you there because I'm gonna be there.
Nice,
So
nice.
we are
I'll
gonna
try
travel
that.
from
I'll try.
Juiz de Fora to São Paulo just to attend this meetup. I hope to see you there.
Do you know
Dani,
where it's gonna be? Sorry.
oh, that's a good question. I'm gonna press our boss to select the place as soon as he can. But I think it's gonna be near to some subway station or near to Paulista. I think
Okay.
it's be close to that place. Dani, are you from São Paulo?
Yes, sure. I
Oh,
am in
good.
Santana.
Mhm.
Hello, good morning. I'm Dani. I'm from São Paulo, Santana. I'm 35 years old. I'm software developer, but now I am unemployed. And I like I like drawing in my free time. I like watch series, watch TV. I guess that's it.
Oh, nice to meet you, Dani. I hope to see you there in São Paulo in our meetup as well. Just a
Okay.
sec. Hello, YouTube. I am Mana. I am here to cover our friend Epaminondas. Today, we are going to talk about the fear of making mistakes. And we are trying a new dynamic in here. We are not going to split, although we are 8 people in the room, we are not going to split in small rooms. Everyone is going to be here with me as a host. And we have a challenge today. We are not going to have the questions in the chat. So if you want, open the planner. If you don't have, please pay super attention in the questions. Vanessa, do you want to present yourself?
Okay, so my name is Vanessa. Now I'm living in Sorocaba. I'm home office. So now I'm in Sorocaba, but maybe I think it's 2 years ago I stay in Maringá. It's a city from Paraná. I'm natural from São Paulo. And maybe I think it's 2 years ago. Yes, 2 years, 2 years ago, I created my company about financial education in blockchain, cryptocurrencies, Web3, Bitcoin, for example, investments. And I created my company teach other people how you can improve your finances. And before that, I worked with cybersecurity maybe for 6 years in this area, like management access, defense security, like that. Every time in my life, I worked with technology, and for me, it's very amazing. I need to improve my English because I went to Canada maybe 4 years ago to improve there, but I forgot a lot of words, and now I need to remember a lot of grammatic and words too. In my free time, I like to go to the parks, visit waterfalls, do trails. I like to go to this contact with the nature. I am married. I have 2 pets. Their names is Pipoca and Empada. Funny names. And I think it's that for me.
Amazing, Vanessa. It's almost a pitch. So I want to keep in touch with you to learn how to organize my finances. So related to the finances, Jeff, do you want to present yourself?
Yes, my friend. Good morning, folks. I'm Jefferson. I live in the most beautiful city of, just a minute, something go wrong here. Okay, okay. A problem with wings. I really don't know a message. Again, good morning, folks. I'm Jefferson. I'm living in Goiânia, Goiás, the most beautiful city of the world, because I live with my friends and my family here that I love it a lot. I'm economist, professor of Catholic University of Goiás. I have PhD by UNB in Brasilia. I work with financial through Vanessa. I'm professional financial and Brasilia development. I love to play soccer, to play canastra, to listen music. I have 3 dogs, 2 birds, and a lot of plants that all of them I used to talk every day. That's my hobby.
Oh, that's new for me. I didn't know that you like plants. Amazing. That's nice. That's nice. Marcio, do you want to present yourself?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I'm married. I have a children. I was born in Northeast Brazil, but I live in countryside of São Paulo. And I'm a musician. I love play bass since my childhood. I have a good teacher. My dad fight me and teach me about this string instruments, I like. And I am warehouse leader. I'm studying enterprise resource planning, ERP, SAP. I love coffee without sugar because my grandmother fight me about the sugar, really dangerous. I agree. And I ride by bike with my daughter in the morning and afternoon, twice per day, because we enjoy our opinion, our studying in general. I like it about the opinion my daughter, really different about me. Thank you.
That's really good, Marcio. I think that is more than a year that I did not talk with you. I did not listen you speak in English. Oh, you improved a lot. Congrats. I'm proud of you. You are doing a good job.
Me.
Yes, we're doing a good job here.
In my case,
yes.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you can go ahead.
That's
Okay, thank you. Julian Elias, are you Elias?
Hi.
Hello. No, it's not Elias. I thought you were a different Elias, but do you prefer to call it Juliano or Elias?
I think Juliano.
Okay, so Juliano, do you want to present yourself?
Of course. My name is Juliano. I am 21 years old. I study science and technology, and I live in São Bernardo do Campo. My hobbies are reading manhwas, watching movies, series, things like that. And I want to learn English because I want to use the English in a future job, like IT area. And because I like to study English to use to understand movies, series, things like that too.
Oh, very good, very good. Nice to meet you all. So I'm gonna present myself last but not least. I am Ana, I'm 29 years old. Nowadays I'm living in Juiz de Fora. If you don't know Juiz de Fora, do you remember that Bolsonaro had attacked? Okay, it was here in my city. So I'm always using this to explain where is Juiz de Fora. I am a physiotherapist and a researcher as well. I'm about to finish my PhD in May next year. The last 10 months I've spent it in Toronto, Canada, doing part of my PhD in there. The focus of my research is in cardiovascular disease, preventing and treating, especially with patient education and behavior change. My PhD thesis is related to diabetes. So if you want to talk about that, I'm here. I'm here in Talk and Talk since 2020, so long, 4 years as a host. Now I am in my break, but I'm planning to come back next month. And yeah, that's all for now. Just to remember you, we are not gonna share the questions in the chat. So if you have the planner, you can follow, but be conscious that I don't need to follow the sequence. The questions are there just to guide us. I can choose the question number 1 or the question number 6. It doesn't matter. So pay attention in the questions. So our topic today is the fear of making mistakes. So do you think it's normal to be afraid before an important choice? Vanessa, do you think that's normal? Do you experience that?
For me, make mistakes is very hard to understand because I'm a perfectionist person and I need to do with a routine in my day. I have, for example, hyperfocus, and I need to start a task and finish that. I feel very uncomfortable if I don't do that, and make mistakes for me is it's so bad. But sometimes when it happens, I need to stop that I did, for example, think about that and wait that I feel comfortable to start again and analyze what I make a mistake, and after when I start a task again, I improve my last mistake. I'm
Yeah,
feeling like that.
yeah, very good, very good. Louise, are you so strict as Vanessa, so perfectionist?
Kind of, but with myself, I'm a kind of perfectionist. But I have like major imposter syndrome, I guess. So I'm always like feeling, I don't know, some kind of culpability, maybe. I experienced actually this year a career transition. I used to work with history. I worked in many museums and theaters, and now I'm trying technology. So I'm experiencing lots of perfectionism in my studies and internship. So yes, it's a reality for me.
And do you experience this fear of committing mistakes?
I do, yes, in many fields in my life, but I try to like bring to therapy to talk about it and to I don't know, to be kind to myself. I experience this fear, but I don't let it like drives me.
Mm-hmm. Oh, very good, very good. Jeff, do you think it's normal to feel this fear of committing mistakes?
It depends of the guy. That's not my case.
Oh, I
But if
was
you if
waiting
you're
for
lazy,
that.
if you're a lazy guy, you can study, you can pay attention for everything. You make mistakes all the time. I see a lot of this every day with my students, friends, and so on. Like Vanessa, I'm not perfectionist, but I try to do my best. My
But Jeff,
desire is to make the right choice to avoid negative consequences
yeah,
because I'm a professional and I try to do my best. But I'm a
yeah,
human being. I am a human being. Sometimes I make mistakes. So in my case, I try to embrace the feeling and recognize about decision makes. And when you have the right decision makes, this help you a lot to manage your anxiety. I think this is the big problem of society today. Anxiety, a lot of anxiety with a lot of mistake, a lot of choice. For example, putting fake news and so on in WhatsApp group all the time. And sorry all the time. You know
yeah,
Toronto. Every time in Toronto, in New York, sorry. A lot of mistakes. Come on, guys. Pay attention. No
yes,
sorry.
yeah. That's good. That's good. You can be sorry, but you can also pay attention and avoid
Yeah,
sometimes these
yeah, you
things.
must pay attention all the time. A lot of sorry. I
Yes,
don't like this. So you must to avoid. You must to
yeah.
avoid.
Some things can be avoided. Yeah.
Yeah, most of the things.
Yes. Luana, how about you? Do you think it's normal to be afraid? And are you so perfectionist as Vanessa and Louise?
Yes, I am a really perfectionist person, and it's so hard to be like that because all the time we would like to do things perfect, but sometimes, but perfect for me, it's not perfect for you. It's different point of view, has a different point of view. But as a lawyer, for example, if I don't have successful in some case, for me is very frustrated. Um, Normally I take the cases that I believe that will be I can win the case.
Yeah.
In the beginning, when I started to work as a lawyer, I have to take all the cases that appear,
Yeah.
but nowadays I can think more if it worth. But yes, I don't know. I don't deal good with mistakes. I don't.
Yes.
It's hard for me.
Yeah. Thank you, Luana. Dani, I'm gonna make a different question for you. Have you felt stagnant because of this fear of committing mistakes? Like, do you feel that you freeze? I'm so afraid of committing mistakes that I'm gonna. Have you ever felt this?
Yes, totally agree. But today in this room, I am a more beginner here. Then sorry this mistake. Uh, yes, I am totally freeze when I mistake. In English is more the evidence. I try not freeze, but it's difficult for me.
Yeah, I completely understand. And we have a question. It was prepared to be in the end, but here on Talk and Talk, do you feel this fear of making mistakes, or do you feel more relaxed because I'm not going to correct you? How do you feel?
Here, I am here since 2 months ago.
Mhm.
Now I am felt more relaxed. But in the initial immersions, it's very difficult. Now is more relaxing. But now I'm a little bit break.
Yes. Because I think you are like growing up in your sensations. And I think what is important is to know how to deal with this feeling. I don't feel I don't I don't think this fear decrease, but I think you learn how to deal with that. Because I think we are gonna always feel afraid and with butterflies in our stomach when we are gonna start something new. But as the time is passing, you get to use it with this sensation, with this feeling. So you just let it go. So I think that is happening with you, Dani, and I'm very proud of it.
Okay.
Just one more time, Márcio, we are trying a new dynamic in here. We are not going to share the questions in the chat anymore. We are going just flowing the questions, and if you want to have access to the questions, you can go to the planner. And Márcio, let's go with you. Have you ever felt like this is stagnant because of the fear of committing mistakes?
Well, so in my view, and make mistake, I hate make mistake. Yeah, because I have a good example. When I play a wrong musical notes, I guess this word. People looked at me differently. you know? Yeah, it's a process, of course, but sometimes people not. My colleagues don't understand, make mistake, I guess. For me, I understand, of course, because I'm not consider myself, how can I say, excellent person about the English, no music, for example. you
Mm-hmm.
know, I have a good, I have a good feel in my music, for example, because I study English since my childhood, so I pay attention a lot this, how can I say, song and genre, for example, because
Mm-hmm.
there's people don't understand about when I play a wrong musical note. Yeah. So because this, I hate make mistake. Unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, but I like this word. It's a process in general, music or English, for example. In English, and for me, I don't know, how can I say, in the past, for example, my introduce really boring. I I consider it because when I watched in YouTube video, for example, oh my goodness, my introduce first really bad. Today, yeah, a little, and
It was okay,
because
yeah.
I try or I learn, I study here because in my case too, I've never studied before on Talk, for example. Yeah, make mistake. I hate make mistake, but it's a process. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I consider myself a constant person and learning English, for example, and music, for example. Yeah, I consider old musician, but mm, I make mistake and a wrong music note, for example. Yeah,
Yeah, I think no one likes to commit mistakes. Like, it's not something that you like. It's something that some people know how to deal better than others. So
yeah,
I think in the beginning, I was more afraid of making mistakes. And when I did these mistakes, I got, oh no, it's part of it. But now I prefer to take the risk and learn with the situation than be stuck. Oh, I'm not gonna take this step because I'm afraid of making mistakes. So I prefer to try and let's see what happens. And if I commit a mistake, okay, I can learn. Juliano, how about you? Do you think you are so strict of committing mistakes as Vanessa, like so perfectionist?
Um, I am not perfectionist, I think, but I think I have fear to make a mistake when I am with a lot of people, do you know? Because when I am alone by myself and I make a mistake, for example, I am studying here, I answer a question wrong, okay, I can learn and do it again. But when I am with another peoples, a lot of peoples, I think I have fear because I have fear what the other people think about me, do you know? So I know this in the beginner when I was in Talking Talk. I am here and this month is my third month. But in the beginner, I had this kind of feeling because I don't know, I was freezing, thing like that. But now I don't have more this kind of feeling, but I am trying better improve this for another situations because now I can be here without fear. But for another things, I don't know, have fear to do, But I know it's possible work it out this kind of feeling, this kind of situation. So I am trying to improve myself, my thinkings, my thoughts, right? So, but it's normal, have fear.
Yeah, yeah. And do you think it is a pros and cons of this fear of committing mistakes, like the good side and the bad side? Because in here we are talking just about the bad side, because the fear makes us feel like this or that. But does anyone think that is a good side of this fear? It is an
Uh,
open question.
I don't know because fear is important. The fear because this kind of feeling avoid you to do I don't know something it's danger for you. So
Yeah.
fear it's important, but when I think fear about make a mistake and to talk, I don't know. I think it's not good. It's a con, because it's important to have fear to do some things because it's the feeling in general it's important, but maybe you feel fear to do something that is important to you to talk. I don't know, to do introduce things like that. Maybe I know, no, it's no,
Yes.
I can't see a pro, but maybe
Mhm.
has, but and now I can't think in something,
Yeah, I agree with you. The feeling itself, it is important because protects you, prevents you to put you in a dangerous situation. But the fear of making mistakes, I can't see a good point of it. Just cons. Louise, have you ever lost any opportunity because of this fear of committing mistakes?
Maybe not that I can think right now. I don't know. But I used to be a competitive swimmer when I was a teenager. So maybe the fear of committing mistakes in front of my friends and my family and my coach maybe it was a barrier to growth for me. I don't know. I was a teenager, so I have like lots of chaotic thoughts and
Mm-hmm.
perspective. But seeing right now and thinking right now, maybe yes, maybe even especially when I was younger. But now I guess I try to have a more positive view of this. Like you were saying, it's not very good to fear the possibility to committing a mistake so much, because maybe committing mistakes can be like a way to learn new things and to understand and be more self-aware. But I
Mm-hmm.
definitely experienced this in life.
Yeah. You mentioned that you were a competitive what? I didn't understand.
Swimmer,
Sorry?
swimmer.
Swimmer. Oh, yes, yes. Yeah. I've tried sometimes, but it's not for me.
Yes, I kind of dropped it out because I was not like liking the diet. I had to eat so much carbs to continue swimming. I was a teenager, so I didn't have like much focus.
Mm-hmm. Vanessa, have you ever lost any opportunity because of this fear?
For me, no, because I have a habit to calculate and concentrate to analyze every situation before I started there. For example, I have a funny case about my travel to Canada because I started a legal process to Bradesco because have some debts in my name that I never see that. And I started a legal process. I again this process, and I receive a lot of money. Maybe I think it's in this year. I think it's 15,000. I think that's it, a lot of money. And this money, I traveled to Canada and started to learn English. And sometimes I think about that and oh, I never stay in another country. My English here in this case in this year it's very very beginner. I never know about English and I learn it in this moment and in this
Oh.
travel. And now after this travel I started intermediate, maybe advanced in English because I study more and more in this travel. So I never lose an opportunity about making mistakes. The fear of making mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
For me, I'm calculated every step that I did and improve my things about that too.
Yeah. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Does anyone in here consider that you felt an opportunity because this fear? No? Anyone? It's open. So everyone in here is so brave. Even the fear, you go and you go for it. So that's really good. That's
I
really good.
can I can share a feeling about the fear.
Yeah.
I think the I am feeling fear about the presentation of my final work or about my master.
Oh,
And I thought about to require the presentation by online, but I think
mm,
I will lost the magic of the moment, because here in Lisbon it's very common. They use it to humiliate. I don't know if this word exists. They have prejudice about our Portuguese
oh,
and about the way we talk, and that's why I think that will be a very hard day for me, but I will go feeling fear, but I will go.
yeah, yeah. I have two different advices for you. The first one, it's a motivation advice because no one in that room know more your thesis than you, even your supervisor, because you write every single word that is in that paper. So you are the master one in that. It's not
Yeah.
the people that are judging you or even your supervisor. Your supervisor has his or her place in this moment, but you are the master one. You write, you did the big
Yeah.
effort. And
What
when I
happened?
started, go ahead.
What some people say that what happened that they have a look, and they will do the question for me, the question, and about something that I don't wrote,
Yes,
just for just to know that I won't have the answer for them.
yes, I know that because a little, sometimes I did that when I was in the in the position of asking questions. I want to know until where you can go. I want to know your ability of. So if you didn't write about it, it's because it's not important. So if the
Yes.
answer is not in the thesis, it's because it's not important. Because if it is important, you need to write about that. So be humble and answer. I don't have the answer for you right now because that was not the objective of this study. So,
Yeah, I can
and I
hit
can
the
see the
face.
Jeff face because I know Jeff. Do you make it with your students, Jeff?
Yes, really, all the time.
Uh-huh.
You must put the students out of comfort zone. This is a better strategy. You need to put
Come
fears
on.
on them, because this is the way for them to be
Yeah,
more cautious, to
yeah,
ensure that they are thinking careful before acting, before say something. It's better for them to plan. It's better for
yeah,
them to risk management, and better for them to grow, personal growth.
yeah.
You have improved a lot when do this ever. I did this yesterday in the class. So amazing, so amazing. At the end of the
Oh,
class, so
Jack,
the guy, oh,
you
I love
bet.
you, professor. I love you because you took everything for us.
Yes.
You put our brain to. I don't know the
And
word. I
and
can
the
do
second
it.
advice, Luana, I don't know if it is a good strategy. Just think about it. But when I want to start a presentation, especially when I was in Canada, and some people that were like judging me were native speaker, and I am not, of course. I started. It's not a thing that I do here. I do not incentivize, but in that special moment, maybe it's gonna be good to say, hey, English is not my first language. So in advance, I apologize by any mistake. If you cannot understand me, I will be glad to answer and to explain a different word. But I'm here to explain this paper. So it's not about my English, it's about the paper. So if you cannot understand something related to the paper because of my language, so please let me know and I will be happy to explain a different word. Because I think when I do that, I break the prejudice.
Yes, and just one thing I would like to share, but not in this occasion, polite occasion, but in normal days. I lived in London, but I worked with Brazilian people, and
Yeah.
I spoke Portuguese all the time. And when someone criticized my English, I use it to ask, how many languages do you how many languages do you speak? Because okay, my English is not perfect, but I can communicate. And you just English?
If you want, I can speak in my native language with you, but will you understand Portuguese?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I would like to have this courage to say this, but I haven't had the opportunity.
Sometimes here in Portugal, one thing that I learned, it's not so good, but it's to be so straight. The European people is so straight.
Yeah,
They don't do like this. They say the things in your face without
yes,
think.
without any polite
Yeah.
layer. And how about you, Juliano? Have you ever lost any opportunity because of this fear?
Yes, I think so. For example, I consider that I get lost opportunity to uh, begin talking English before, but before I had so fear to talk, to freeze. So I lost this opportunity. I began study English. I was 17 years, you
Mm-hmm.
know. Now I am 21. If I was studying when I was 17 until now, my English was very, very better,
Yeah,
But I had fear. But now I think it's a process, you know. Uh, okay, I think I would not think about fear in that way that I think before. But now I now the important here is now I am different. I could
yeah,
work it out this feeling and begin study. So I know I got lost opportunity, but it happens. Now I can do different, and now I do different. I
yes,
like to think this way.
yeah. And there was a time in my life that I thought, oh, I'm so old to start everything again. And for a while, this thought made me stop. Oh, if I consider myself so old to take a new journey, I'm gonna keep in the journey I am. But I could restart my mind and think, if I feel that I am so old to start something again, let me do it by yesterday. Let me do it now. So, Juliano,
Yeah.
if you feel that, oh, if I would start before, it will be different, just try to use this feeling to push you forward, not to freeze you, to keep you in the same way, in the same place. So, use it as a, I don't know this word in English, to push you up. Yes, to push you up is the same.
Okay.
Yeah. And I have a sentence in here. The sentence is, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Do you agree with that? Danny, do you agree that you suffer more in your imagination? Oh, I'm gonna feel this, and that, this fear of committing that, than you really suffer in the reality.
Oh, my imagination is very is very crazy sometimes. But I don't know. In my imagination, I am totally different this my reality. But for me, in other cases, imagination is better.
Yeah, yeah, very good, very good. Vanessa, do you agree that in your imagination, do you suffer more than in the real life, in the reality?
Absolutely correct. In my mind, I imagine so many kind of worse situations, and I feel, oh, I maybe it will happen in tomorrow, and next weekend, and I feel so bad. But sometimes I can imagine that in the past it's very, very bad than today, because I understand the people will judge you every time. Every time the people will judge you. And why will you not you be myself if since every time the people will judge you? So I think about that, and I think it's better be myself. And really, I don't care about the people say about me and judge me, because every time I see my difficulties, and every people will have the difficulties too.
Yeah.
Here, all are human. I will make mistakes. All people here make mistakes, and I think about that. That every time I imagine so many worse situations. I can remember. Oh, every time it will happen with other people too, and I can improve myself and judge less than other people. So I think it's that. I think it's that.
Yeah, I completely agree. Completely agree. Márcio, do you think that in your imagination do you suffer more than in the reality related to that fear of making mistakes?
So I think my mind when I pay attention about any other, for example, fear really nowadays necessary sometimes. Yeah, but I said I don't like make mistake, and but it's common. I think our people, for example, our yeah. So yeah, it's common for me.
Yeah, but do you agree that in your imagination the fear is bigger than in the reality?
Yeah, I agree. Because there's a reality.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I agree.
Yes, yes, unfortunately. Guys, our meeting is getting over, so our time is running so fast, and I would like to have some feedbacks about you about this immersion. How do you, I think, Louise, do you have access to the questions before?
No, no, I've never had access to planner or something.
And how do you feel in this immersion without the questions to guide you?
It was like awesome. Especially because I loved the subject, but it was super nice because it felt like more conversation. I'm not like listening and thinking what I am answering. It's more like an active way of listening, so it was better for me. I prefer the split rooms because for me we have like more time to speak and to talk at all.
Yes.
But I like it like very much. It was super fun. I always caught by surprise because I don't have access to the planner,
Yeah.
but it was nice.
Yes, very good, very good.
I loved the way you guide, by the way, Anna. I think you nailed.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Dani, I think you don't have access to the questions as well. So how do you feel with this challenge to answer without having the questions in the chat? I'm gonna
I
hear
also
your feedback.
I was scared because I see the questions before is better for me because I'm beginner, but it's okay. I Sai feliz. I'm happy because I understand I think I understand the 90-100% the conversation. For me is very good. And thank you so much.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Luana, have you feel that you need to pay more attention in this kind of without having the questions and without following the sequence?
Yes, normally I read the questions. Normally, sometimes no. But today I try I search for the question, but for me the was not available.
Oh,
And I like this kind of conversation because I'm trying to improve my vocabulary. And when you have a good vocabulary, you can talk about a lot of
yeah.
topics. It start to get easier.
Mm-hmm.
I really like, and I like your immersion.
No, thank
Was
you.
so nice, Anna. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. For me, I want to share with you my perspective as a host. It was more difficult for me because I need to keep focus 100% of time. And when I have the questions, I just follow a sequence. So the question number one, everyone is going to answer. The question number two, everyone is going to answer. But in this way that I tried to do not following a sequence, and the same question is not everyone that is going to answer this question. So for me, it was difficult, but it pushed me up. So in the other way, I was in my comfort zone. So in this way, I'm gonna like growing up more. How about you, Juliano? Um, do you want to give us some feedback about this immersion, about do not sharing the questions, about
Uh,
my way to guide?
uh, For example, I am from the social program, so I usually with the host put the question in the chat, and after I put on translator because there are a lot of words that I don't know yet, so I feel more comfortable doing. But could notice today, I could understand all the things, so maybe I was in my comfortable zone, because I always do it, so I was doing it because I always do it. But now, uh, how you don't put the questions in the chat, I was in the beginning, I felt a little feared, but
Yeah.
I keep it up here, and you begin talking, and I noticed I was understand,
Yeah.
so I think I was in my comfortable zone, and I
Yeah.
think this way, without put the questions in the chat, can be more harder, maybe in some questions, of course, but I think it's better in other cases because I feel I was more immersion here, because I need to pay attention in
Yes.
all the things, So like you said before, sometimes when the questions in the chat, uh, we begin pay attention on other things,
Yeah.
but without the
It's sad,
questions,
but we know that we do.
yes, so it's good.
And something that I've learned in Canada, it's when you are abroad and you don't know the meaning of some word, no one is gonna explain for you in Portuguese.
Yeah.
So you need to learn how to understand the word without translating. An example, window. If you don't know what is window, I can say window is janela. So, okay,
Yeah.
window, janela. But I can also explain for you in English. So window, it's a thing that you open in your house that is in your wall. And when you open, the air comes or the light comes. So do you know window that you can open and close? It's similar to a door, but it's small. So it's the same way. So, but it's
Yeah.
a different way to explain. I can say,
Yeah.
janela. But if you don't understand some word, Juliano, you can always ask. even in Portuguese. Hey, você pode explicar o que é taranã? Okay, I will explain, but I'm going to explain in English. If you
Yeah.
don't understand, okay, I will try again and again. And if it doesn't work, okay, let's go to Portuguese. Márcio, it's your first immersion without the questions?
Wow. Really hard for me because how can I say I'm addicted and read the questions, you know.
Oh.
Yeah, for me really difficult. But yeah, go on comfort zone, I guess, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
very good, very good.
yeah.
Jeff, how about you? Do you prefer with the questions, without the questions, and why? Jeff never closed his camera, so maybe he is not available. No problems. Guys, I would like to thank you so much for your time, your patience with me as a host, your experience, and to share your story. It's really important for us. I hope I can see you in other immersions. My schedule is usually Friday, 9 a.m. I'm planning to come back maybe next month. And you can tag me or ask anything on LinkedIn if you need. My LinkedIn is on a Bom Tempo. You're gonna find me there. And if you need anything, let me know. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you here next